With Fallout being a little bit over 26 years old, and having quite a few games in the series, it was only a matter of time until it got its very own TV show or movie. And a few days ago at the time of recording this video, the Fallout series finally dropped. After long anticipation and a lot of concern from the fan base on whether this would be a good series or not, we finally have our answer. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about the compliments, the critiques, and everything in between about the Fallout TV series today. For spoiler reasons, I'm only going to cover stuff from episode 1 and 2 as to not talk too much about the full series, because I still want to leave it up to you to figure out if you guys really like the series for yourself or not. Because yes, I do recommend watching this TV show. Fallout fan or not, you probably will enjoy the story that this show has to offer. For those of you unaware, the Fallout series is based upon a version of America that was destroyed in warfare. Nuclear bombs were dropped on America, leaving everything highly radiated and a lot of the landscape demolished. Where some people took to the vaults for safety, others were forced to live on the outside world while the United States collapsed around it. Some people survived, some did not, and some people halfway survived. You know, like the ghouls, the super mutants, the centaurs, and all that good stuff that happens with nuclear warfare, right? Anyway, let's get into the video. First, I want to talk about some of the Easter eggs that I really appreciated being shown in Fallout. And be careful, because there is a few spoilers for episode 1. During the birthday party, you'll see on the TV, there's a little segment where they have Grognak the Barbarian on the TV. Originally appearing in what I believe to be the third Fallout, this comic book has made an appearance in quite a few of the games. Either as a perk magazine, or just simply a birthday present for you as a kid, Grognak the Barbarian has been a staple in the Fallout series for quite a while now. But something that's way more of a staple is definitely the stim pack. This is the main way you'll be healing in Fallout. Sure, there's food and drinks, but they will not heal you as efficiently as a stim pack will. And when applied, a stim pack makes this sound right here. And I'm glad that they were able to include that in the show. On top of them including the stim pack sound effects, they also included a few of the Pip-Boy sound effects as well, which is another really good nod to the game. I could go on, but I think you get it. They use the sound effects well in the show. You'll also notice a lot of the music that came from the original Fallout games also makes it into the show. Songs like Maybe from the Ink Spots, or All Over Again by Johnny Cash, a bunch of the classic music that made Fallout Fallout, just had to be included in the TV series, and it was done perfectly as expected. Personally, I'm a sucker for 40s to 60s music, so it would only make sense that the vibe would be perfectly set with that music in the TV series. Now in this section I'm going to talk about costume design, and I just want to say they did another fantastic job. Obviously, you have a lot easier of a time doing it when you have the actual team who made the games, Bethesda, working on the actual TV show with you, but still, the attention to detail was all there. The vault suits, the Brotherhood of Steel, the Fiends, it all just says Fallout. It does such a great job at paying homage to the games it was related to, while also looking just purely clean. One part that's really cool in the first episode alone is the actual scene of the bombing. Now in the show, when the bombs drop, it's a big spectacle. Not only do you get to see the reactions of the people that are going through it, but just the pure spectacle alone. The effects that went into it just make it look really nice. The sets are pretty perfect. I mean, if you look at the vault, it looks exactly how you'd expect another of the vaults to look in Fallout, right? The wasteland looks like the wasteland, with cities that are put together by pure garbage and scrap, random standalone houses that might have some weirdos in them, random caves and camps all around. It just all comes together and just feels so familiar to the games. And now for my complaints. Now, you'll probably realize that we're pretty far into the video and we're just getting to the complaints now. And that's because I don't have too many. That being said, I'm not a fantastic critic when it comes to stuff like this, but I did notice that it is very coincidental that these characters just keep meeting up in all the places they need to keep the story going. It makes sense on the first few times, like, oh, okay, well maybe we were discovering who this character was just for this moment to exist, right? As if the lead up of each individual story was meant to make sense for the big climax in the second episode, right? But then they find each other again and again. So it doesn't really make sense to look at it in that way. I get it. They want to keep it going, they want to keep the story on board, but it just doesn't feel like they hashed that part out as well as they maybe could have. I mean, I guess I wish it also started out with the classic, you know, war never changes.
War. War never changes.
But I mean, it's not a huge problem for me, so I'm gonna just take it in stride, and I'm just gonna enjoy the series. I'm excited for season 2 to come out. I'm not too sure exactly when they will drop it, but we'll just have to wait and see. And that's all I gotta talk to you about today, so I'll see you in the next video. Merch link in the description.